See how that strategy works out for Biffle and the boys. Sadler, Johnson, Martin, McMurray behind Greg Biffle. At Dover, you're watching NASCAR on TNT. 167 to go.
But meanwhile, the guy that got 25% of the vote, Kenseth, is running in the sixth position.
And that's the battle for second right there. Jimmy Johnson just got it from Elliott Sadler. But that race for sixth with Kenseth, Earnhardt, Busch, and Sorensen has been going on for a number of laps. And they've been rather racy.
Yes, they have.
And they're back at it again.
Junior just can't keep the 8 car on the bottom of the racetrack. He goes extremely high up in the corner. Of course, it's a line that he's been taking most of the day.
And well, he gets a run off the corner, though. But if the 2 can just move it up 4 feet and get himself in position where he can drift up and slide up in front of the 8, that this time he's got the pass done.
Like
Kept
that.
working him far enough, long enough. Junior goes to the bottom, but I don't think it's going to work down there for him.
He doesn't like it down there.
No.
How about that 8 car, Alan?
Well, my driver friends up there in the booth, here's what Junior's saying about his car. It is loose in, loose off, tight in the center. Now, to somebody like me, that means he's fighting it.
To me too, Alan.
Yeah, thank you, VP. I appreciate the confirmation.
Stretched it out single file right now. Sorensen thinking about trying to use that Earnhardt line. Martin Truex Jr. has caught this pack. He's in 10th. He's going to get inside of Sorensen, perhaps, for a position. Yep, if you're in that high groove, you get a good run off.
Yeah, you got to keep working it. You got to just keep moving up in the center to where you got enough you can drift in front of them coming off the corner. You got it done that time.
I tell you what, it looks to me like the guys that can run the bottom of the racetrack. Matt Kenseth, the 1 car, Truex, the guys that can't Clint Boyer. If they stay on the bottom now, they've got these guys like Junior that's on the high of the racetrack. I don't think they can win.
Yeah, I agree. You watch Junior working that wheel. I think he went a little bit too high that time.
I think he did too.
There you go.
Yeah.
But loose end is bad. Very, very bad at Dover. I don't care about loose anywhere else as far as in the middle or coming off. But if you're loose turning in this place, if you turn right here, you go over the bump, down the hill, and it is just scary when you're loose getting in.
Truex got around him, and Sorensen could be next.
Just become real, you're afraid to turn the wheel. So you almost drive in straight, let the car land, then you drive the steering wheel down to the left.
I'm sorry, Bill.
You go ahead, BP.
Looks like Truex has got a pretty good race car day.
He does, Benny. And talking to his crew chief, Bono Mannion, this morning, he said, you know what? Starting 33rd, we're not that worried. We think we can pass race cars. And relating to what you've just been seeing and what Jamie McMurray's doing right now, when other cars wash up, our car will stick to the bottom. That's how you pass race cars at Dover.
A battle for 3rd position between Elliott Sadler, 19, Mark Martin, 6, also the 17 of Kenseth.
17 with fresher tires.
Boy, there it shows right there.
6 in the 19 did not pit under the last caution.
Robbie Reiser, the crew chief on this 17 car, is the guy that told me that he felt like you're going to have to run the bottom to win the race here. That you could not run high on the track.
Did he tell Matt?
He was passing the 6 car on the outside.
Okay.
Then he'll go back to the bottom of the racetrack. Come on, Robbie, bottom.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it, right?
Exactly.
Greg Biffle led 15 of the first 20 races this season. This is the first race he has led in the last 9. He's out front by 4 seconds. Hamlin runs in the 20th position. 23 cars on the lead lap. Greg Biffle is the race leader. This is for 4th. Kurt Busch taking it away from Mark Martin.
Well, in just a few laps, about 10 laps, there's going to be some sad puppies on this racetrack.
Yep. unless yellow comes out.
They're going to be saying, you got to pit for fuel.
That'd be maybe your Greg Biffle, your Elliott Sadler, Jimmy Johnson, Mark Martin.
That's exactly the puppies I was talking about.
These guys are looking for debris right now.
They are?
Yeah.
Well, we'll go through the field and see if we can find some. Alan?
Well, the only debris you might find is anything that Greg Biffle might have not strapped down because they want a caution. Look for Greg Biffle to have to pit around lap 265 to 267 if we don't see a yellow. Marty?
Alan Chad Canals told Jimmy Johnson when that last caution came out and they decided to stay out, you're going to have to get up on the wheel for me because it may be a long time before we see a caution. And guess what? As BP said, they're about 15 to 20 laps from having to make a green flag pit stop. Matt Kenseth, however, if the race were to end now, he would be the championship leader, and he's excellent on fuel. Matt's trying to break a jinx in Chase race number 2, where he's finished 32nd and 35th in the first 2 years so far. Very good. Matt?
Former Truck Series winner here at Dover, Kurt Busch runs fourth. He just told his team about 4 laps ago. Remember earlier we told you how the car was too loose. They made that track bar adjustment. BP said it looks like the 2 is really moving up. Now he says the car is way too tight because a lot more rubber is being worked into the racetrack. He thinks that's what's causing his car to tighten up, Dave.
Martin's had an unpredictable day. Contact on pit road. Water bottle won't work. Didn't feel well at the start of the race. In all, though, he promises he's not going to put pressure on himself during this chase.
You know, I'm not going to ever be as stressed as I was, barreling down on that chase. For 5 months, I knew it was going to be close. Nobody else did. They weren't worried about it, but I was. And sure enough, it turned out to be really close. And I had a lot of pressure on me, and I made mistakes. And the pressure's off now. I'm leaving it to Pat and AAA team to give me great race cars. And if they do, we'll run great. And if they don't, then we're going to smile and say thanks.
And the next pressure point for Pat and the AAA team is that he'll have to pit within about 20 laps. The one in Martin Truex Jr., air out of the front tires has moved him forward 13th on the restart. He's all the way up to 6th. Marty?
Dave Clint Boyer continues to hammer away on that low line, making his way around the racetrack, currently in the 7th position. After the last stop, they said, well, we know 2 tires won't work for us late in the race. We made a 2-tire stop earlier, and they did not like that at all. Alan?
Well, Reed Sorensen was the leader when the caution came out back at lap 204. When others did not pit, he was shuffled back to 8th in line. He runs in 8th right now. Sorensen complaining about a lack of rear-end grip in his car right now, Dave.
Elliott Sadler out on older tires. Remember, he only took 2 right-side tires the last time he did stop. He will have to come back in again around that lap 275 mark. Matt?
Burton, as crew chief Scott Miller, had high expectations coming into Dover, especially when you look at Burton's last 8 races here. 50% of them have all been top 5 finishes, and he won the first race here in June. The car, though, now just way too tight, slightly off, like it has been most of the weekend.